Hey, welcome to another episode of Following a Beautiful Feeling. uh, Tonight, I am just laying here on my bed, and let's just pause for a moment and go inside. Just appreciating the silence and being present with it. Whatever difficulties you may have, just let them wash away like the waves kind of washing away a sandcastle. And we'll just return to a simple feeling. Simple, beautiful feeling. If there's any thoughts that arise, just go ahead and pause. Notice. Let yourself unbelieve them. Remember, you don't have to believe every thought that you think. And this is a huge relief for the intellect, which is usually just in a state of automatically believing whatever thoughts arise. And that's okay. It's just a temporary, innocent misunderstanding that happens. What we really want to do is not try to rise any higher than we are, just be present with whatever feelings are here. And by doing so, it may kind of feel like you're stepping into an elevator. And without much effort, the elevator is kind of rising in consciousness, up and up, into your whole new world. Away from the battleground, away from the dramatic thinking patterns that we get stuck in sometimes. Just return to the light, return to the lightness and joy. And if you have any negative thoughts, just gently lay them aside. We don't have to pick and poke at them and try to figure out what's going on there. So that's peace, that's presence, that's serenity, that's stillness, that's love. From this place, let's just lightheartedly experiment. So I'm just gonna sit up and just look inside Allow yourself to deepen into deeper layers of you. So it's not really about pressuring the mind to be quiet. It's just kind of like gently moving, gently moving into the awareness that there's this quietude that's like already here, already present. And just allowing yourself to go inside and relaxing the mind, relaxing its tendency to try to determine life, try to figure out life. It feels nice. It feels good. It feels good to let go of that. So what we're looking for is just a feeling. It's not a method, you know. It's not a approach, methodology. It is actually pretty much the opposite of that. We're just realizing that going into the details and focusing on the thinking hasn't really brought us a sense of relief ever. And you might say, well, I've had moments of relief. And I would say, well, yeah, but it wasn't because of thinking. And that's when we return to our own power of thought and begin to realize that the thinking is not something that we're at the mercy of, but that it's actually happening by us. We are what makes thought happen. And when I say that, I don't mean trying to figure out how to get the thoughts to shift to more positive thoughts. Just to simply pause and notice how thinking affects our feeling state. And once you do, you'll get a little bit of spaciousness there, kind of an opening. Drop down into wisdom, or the heart, you could call it. Kind of breathing with that energy, anchoring yourself in the present moment, and just letting yourself have a nice feeling. Nothing needs to be a certain way. The lighting doesn't need to be a certain way. My hair doesn't need to be a certain way. The way I'm sitting doesn't need to be a certain way. The way I'm speaking doesn't need to be a certain way. None of these things need to be a specific way. And in fact, when we think that they do need to be a specific way, that's when we put strain on our experience. And it's when we start believing the whisperings of the negative thoughts. And that's when we get kind of dragged down into well, we'll just call it a trickier place. So instead, let's do the most effortless thing, which is to just kind of allow the mind to relax, allow the mind to quiet, the intellect to quiet, and get in touch with that inside of going inside. You know, you often hear the kingdom of heaven is within or going inside. It's just a metaphor for a nice feeling and becoming more present to our experience. Let's just have a little moment of quietude, of equanimity, tranquility, serenity, peace, joy, ease, the true meaning of God, a beautiful feeling. So relaxing, it's so nice. It's so ordinary. It's not anything mystical, trying to figure anything out really. Just letting ourselves drop down into that and know the I am presence. We know that quote, be still and know. Everybody's heard it. And yeah, let's just take a couple more moments of silence. Remembering that it's not about complex spiritual philosophies or religiosity. Religion is fine if you go to church or whatever, that's fine. But just returning to what you've always known, which is your very own innate mental wellness that can never actually leave you. We just go through these times sometimes where we think it's left us. Happens to me too. So we're not trying to escape the messiness of humanity or trying to transcend, pretend to be ascended master, as I like to say. We're just taking an ordinary pause. But that ordinary pause is quite profound, actually. Peaceful. It's peaceful. It's nice. It's relaxing. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this video and have a wonderful evening or day wherever you are. Blessings.